Cimonealise. You can call me CC, CICI, capital C's. Mommy. I stream daily on beauty, self-care, and more. Mind, body, and mommy, if you will. I'm a mommy, care about my body, love to feed my mind, and if you're into that, like it if you like it, share if you care, subscribe if it's a vibe. But tonight we're gonna do our closing out of the day. We can either do this in the morning sometimes, we'll do it at the night. Tonight we're doing it at night. I have work in the morning and I want to actually sleep. So there's that. I just took a shower, feel really nice, really clean, really good. I hope you got, and I brushed my teeth, did all the little skincare thingies. I'm working on some breakouts right now, which is not fun. I got this on my nose. Do y'all see that? It's a me thing, 100% a me thing. But yeah, so let's just run through an overview of how we spent our day today. Funny enough, my mom and my daughter woke me up at the same time. So like I heard my daughter waking up across the hall, and literally I was hiding under the covers, and as I was hiding under the covers, I was waiting for her to like come jump in the bed. And as soon as she jumped in my bed, my mom started ringing my doorbell. I said, "Oh, everybody want me." Everybody want me at the same time. Okay. So then I let my mom in. Me and my mom had church at home because we both was not feeling like, you know what? Jesus did say we could pray anywhere, anytime, at any place. She's like, church is in your heart. Nani was like, Mommy, I'm gonna go to church today. Can we go to church today? Can we go to church today? And it's just like, what did your grandma say? We're just gonna chill at the we're gonna chill at the crib, kid. She can't stand that I call the house a crib. She's like, I'm not a baby. Okay, cool. But yes, we did that, and then what else? Oh, did I tell you? Did I ever tell you? My uncle is a professional chef, like culinary skills and all, and he wanted me to stop by. He called me. He's like, "Hey, I got some new recipes for a sweet potato pie." I was like, "Oh, and you do?" I said, "I would." He's like, "I need you to come by and try out some recipes." I was like, "You want me to come try out your food?" I will be there when I can. But I wasn't able to go right away, so we're gonna go tomorrow. But the fact that I was summoned to try out new ingredients by a professional chef, I'm like, yes. And I didn't even have to cook tonight. I'm gonna post a video. I did a little quickie again. My mom made me barbecue turkey legs falling off the bone with cornbread and corn on the cob for dinner. That's what I came home to. I said, did Nani eat? Because my mom had Nani while I was like outdoor dashing. She's like, did you eat? I was like, no, my head hurts. I have a headache. Ah, I think I need water, like all the little things. And she was just like, I made you some food. I'm gonna give it to you on your way home. I said, okay. And then when I opened it, it was like wrapped in tinfoil. It was like one part turkey leg. When I say this turkey leg was like the size of my forearm, I said, she really loves me. Oh my gosh. I was so grateful. Hi. Hi, Kenzie. It's been a long time. He said, I'm so sorry I haven't joined more. I've been so busy with school. That's okay, sweetheart. You're pretty too. You know you're stunning. Even though you got a black photo today, I don't need to see you to know you got a beautiful face and a beautiful heart. Thanks for stopping by and saying hi. But yeah, so I was dashing. I was out there, zooming. Then the sun went down. I said, I think I'm done now. When I went dashing the other night, this person's yard, like North Carolina has a lot of pine trees. Let's start there. Like tons and tons of pine trees everywhere. So I went down like one of those big long, when people got like a mile long driveway, the whole driveway was covered in pine. The whole yard was covered in pine. And when I had to it was like a thin driveway though coming in. So like when I pulled in, I couldn't really do a 3-point turn to back out. So I was trying to like back out, right? But apparently I didn't. I was backing out, and at some point I went like this, and when I tried to come up, I fell into a little divot, and in that divot was like I can't even explain how big it was. Yes, I can. It was something about the size of this, like this long. It was something this long with like a huge hook on it, and it looked like it came off like a tractor. It was sitting in a pit, and I picked it up, and it got in between my tires, and it was. I was like, okay, did something break? Please don't tell me something break. It is too dark for something to break. It's too dark. I just want to leave their yard. I just want to leave their yard. I just want to leave their yard. So like I didn't panic. I looked under the car, saw there was nothing there, like nothing there as far as like from my car. Grabbed the metal bit, took it out. I said, "What the fuck is this?" And I was like, "Please don't let this actually come from the bottom of the car. Please don't let this actually be something from the bottom of the car." It wasn't. It's way too heavy to be like a car part. It was not tubular. It didn't carry anything. It was like a rusted, big rusted iron hook. So threw that thing to the side, backed out. I was like, you know what? I'm done dashing. When it gets nighttime, I'm like, it's the best time to dash, but like, I really need somebody in the car with me sometimes. But like, you know what? This week I actually got to hustle because like, I just started this new job, and you know, you be counting checks like, oh, I'm gonna have this much come this pay period. I just found out I'm off Thursday and Friday. I said, oh, that's nice. And I was like, fuck. I gotta go dash. It is what it is, though. Gratitude, attitude, I can go make up the money. You know what I mean? Blessings, perspective. All is all that matters. You said you got your license. Good job. Congratulations. Go you. Proud of you. I know somebody knew you could do it. But yeah, so honestly, pretty chill day. I studied for my NBLEX exam a little bit yesterday. I'm gonna study some more tomorrow. I'm charging my work computer. Checked emails, you know, doing the adult things, preparing for a better tomorrow, if you will. My dad's not letting me drive because I have a a B. Are you sure you don't? You sure you don't have a D? He not letting you drive because you have a B. You know what? Who am I to judge? Your father wants the best for you. You know, that's a beautiful, good problem to have. He wants you to have good grades. There's some parents out here who don't give a fuck about their kids' grades. So gratitude, attitude, you know? As long as he's not like being rude, ruthless, or hurtful about it, you know? But like if he's just like, nah. If he knows that you can do better, maybe there's something he sees in you don't see in yourself. You know? He told me to, as long as I have C's. So I don't know. He switched up. It sounds like your daddy moody. You got a moody daddy. You might have to like just check in. What's the standard? You know, hey father, I just want to come to you. I Can we have a quick conversation? Yeah, daughter. Hey, I was under the impression that you told me as long as I didn't have any C's, we were good. Or if all I had was C's and above, I was good to drive. And I had that. I don't know what changed. Can you let me know what's the due date of your expectations? Can this be altered in the future? Can we discuss this again sooner than later? You know? Oh, I can't talk to my dad. I am so sorry, sweetheart. You might got to pray about that one. I'm so sorry. Pray about it, and then God will hold him accountable. There's an accounting for everything. Hi. Hey, Charles. And Football Hub. Hey. What's good, you guys? Okay. Enough of my tangents and my chatter. Let's get into our good night stream and start reading our good things so that way we can have a good night. You know, put into our heads the things we need to be thinking about. Because, like, you know, life is life. Life is going to be life for everybody all the time. Like, no day is perfect. But guess what? If we made it tonight to this stream, we're perfectly fine, I'm assuming. I had a headache. My body hurt. I got a doctor's appointment on Wednesday. Pray for me. We don't know what it is. But all I know is my womb be taking me down. And I'm not even pregnant. You got to do things to be pregnant. You know? You follow me? Like, super grateful that I've been like focusing on self lately for the longest. There's someone out there in the world who's been texting me, ignoring him. Minding my business. minding the business that pays me or sends me money, if you will. You know, no one's job is to send me money. I'm out here hustling, making my own money. But I'm like a firm believer, if you see me struggling or like see I need help and you won't help me, and then you want things from me, how you want things from me and you won't even help me? Especially if I ask for help and I've helped you before. You know, that's, people are sick. So I just been minding my business, paying my bills, moving on with life, growing and showing, you know, doing the best I can with life and all the things. Glad to see you. You're a blessing to our hearts and our eyes. Oh, you're so nice. How many boyfriends do I have? Me don't have boyfriends. I'm currently waiting on my husband to come find me. I told God, made a little promise with him. I can share this because, you know, it's not giving too many fine details, but made a promise with God that I will stay to myself, mind my business, and I will not seek out any of your children, aka your sons. Your sons, I will leave them alone and I'll allow him to find me. And so I just focus on myself and being the best mom I can be, working on my finances, my credit, my life, my career. That's all I'm focused on. So me, boyfriends, 0. Husband, 1. Where is he? I don't know. Soon to come. That's where I'm at with that. Do you get the mindset? Do you get it? It took me a long time to get here, but I'm happy I made it. You know? My mom told me too. She's like, he's out there. He's out there. I said, yeah, God wouldn't tease me like that. I gotta experience at least real love once, right? But like I said, I have a headache, and I drink water, and I also had chips and a honey bun too. So I don't know. Something's up. Something's up. Pardon me. Let's get into it though. Let's do our mindful practices, if you will. So if you're new here, I like to read a poem. It's the same poem every day. It's a winner's creed, okay? A winner's creed. If you're not a winner, I'm gonna help you figure out that you are. We are winners over here. Winning at what? Life. We're winning at life. We're wanting to have a good day no matter what. That's how you win. If you say you can, you can. If you say you can't, you can't. And honestly, I felt like a loser 2 months ago. Full on loser. Full blown lame loser. Felt like an outcast. Felt like no one cared. I felt like there were so many people who say they care about me, but didn't really. But there was people who did, but then things change. It's just, life be lifing, y'all. It be lifing, you know? We don't always feel good all the time. But I promise you, when I read this poem, this Winter's Creed, because my mama had this on her sink for over 20 years. Hence the water stains. I keep talking about the little water stains on it. She's had it on her sink for over 20 years. I hold on to this because I seen my mom go do, 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 do. Like highs, lows, highs, lows. But she kept going because she's a what? A winner. My mom is like the most successful woman I have ever met in my entire life. Like, and not based off finances. I mean, based off of wisdom, mindset, her heart, her state of being. Like, she does not allow, you know, when life happens to you, people allow that to change their character. My mother's character has never changed. She might have a bad day or feel angry, but like her overall character, her of point of preference has always been like a big loving kind heart, right? So like this, the fact that she looked at this every day lets me know like I can overcome. And by the way, something she showed me too today. I think this pastor, I don't know his name. I just know he has like a podium that says words of faith. So I don't know if that's the name of his church or anything. But follow me. You listening? Follow me. Okay. So he had this video, right? Where I feel like I've seen this video before, but it's like a video of two like silver marbles where they're going down, like they're both like going down at the same time on like a little leveler, if you will. Like they're going down, right? So one was going on a straight line and the other one was going like up and down, up and down. right? And he was saying a lot of times people feel like, why am I going through so many highs and lows, right? But the other person, but think of yourself as the person who has highs and lows versus the person who has no adversity whatsoever, right? The person who had no adversity whatsoever, as far as getting towards a goal or just like having that momentum behind you, the person who was like traveling on a consistent speed without interruption still didn't make it to their destination sooner, as they got to their destination later than the person who went through adversity. It was catapulting them to their destination quicker than they thought. So it's like you sometimes you're gonna need a little for a better story and to get to the destination faster. It might suck when you're down there, but when you come back up, you up. And you might go down a little bit. But when you come back up, you're up. And that's how I feel right now. I don't like that. Anyways, you're up and you're down, you're up and you're down. And that's life. And that's life. You either have like a good story or just like it's boring, if you will. You know? It's impressive that your mom can always be positive, especially when times aren't so great. It is, bro. It really is. Thanks for that boom 808 because like I know everyone's not blessed to have an example. Everyone's not blessed to have an example. And that's not to say like me and my mom get along all the time, cause we don't. Cause we don't. Sometimes I literally she be cutting up with me. And I'll be and then and sometimes I be cutting up with her. Every once in a while I be cutting up with her. Read your comment. Glad to see you are a blessing. I did read your comment. If I had to give my heart away to you, no question. Ask. You're awesome, Charles. You know, Jesus loves you too. My brother in Christ. Anyways, what's it called? Yeah, the other day, Nani was cutting up at school, right? So when she was cutting up at school, I be like, sometimes I be overthinking stuff, and it was one of those nights where I was overthinking. But I'm like, damn, if I had a 2-parent household, would she be cutting up like this? If and like, fuck, am I failing? Like these are the thoughts that went through my mind. Like, I gotta work. How am I supposed to work and be here for her all at once? Like, so I started like judging myself as like the type of mom I am. But like everything I do is for her. Like my work schedule is placed literally right in between her school hours so I could be here with her every day. Like I don't date for real because I don't want to prioritize my free time to a stranger. Like obviously love will come, but like I'm a firm believer. You can agree to disagree. I believe I believe, and this has nothing to do with my mom, because she was always working. So it was even when she was married, she was always working. She was never like under a man. I never seen my mom just sit under a man. Like it was never that. Um, but like I feel like I've seen a lot of women who and men and women. It's not even just like it's not even like yeah. It's not even a gender specific thing. Because I'm a woman, I say women first, right? But I've seen people who have kids when they decide to pursue a relationship outside of that biological parent, they will prioritize their partner over their kids, even when they don't realize that's exactly what they're doing. So I never, ever, ever wanted to be that mom who, because I want love, I'm willing to like take the free time that I would give to my kid to this brand new man who has, you know what I'm saying? So like even when I would call myself like outside playing around, it would literally be like, okay, I don't have my daughter this weekend. I'm gonna go outside. But I would never be like, go to bed early so I can have this person come over to my house, or mom, can you watch her? I'm gonna go on this date tonight. Like, no, it was never ever that for me. I literally always felt like I made my choice. I made my choice. Now I got a baby. And I want to get to know this kid. I'd rather get to know her and like see what she needs and wants and what I can do to help her be in this world happily than like trying to prioritize like my lady parts. You know? Does that make sense? Does that make sense? If it does, it does. If it doesn't, it doesn't. That's just how I feel about me dealing with other people. Why does that matter? I'm saying that all to say is like I'm able to like tunnel vision on like what's most important right now, which is why I was saying earlier, I'm waiting on my husband, don't want to date with nobody. I don't even play those games. I just be focused on focus. And this helps me stay focused. Like reading this poem, reading this poem, reading this devotional, writing what's important to me, focusing on my money, doing all those things. I'm trying to remember why I even brought that up. There was a purpose. It'll come back to me at some point. Exactly. The kids need to come first. They do, boom 808. They do. Because think about it. Have you ever been a kid? Like if your parents were together or not together, like my father prioritized women over me. Literally. He did. Like he was a player. My daddy is a beautiful black man. He is. Beautiful black man. He comes from like that 90s Mekhi Phifer, Morris Chestnut, like black boy joy. Like he looked like one of them boys from the wood. Like my father looks good, right? But his attitude about being a father, like just trash. Like literally, because he always was like dressed in suits. He had like the Prada glasses or the Versace glasses. He was just always like designer this and designer that, and just he always looked put together. Beautiful black man. And that means a lot of women gave him a lot of attention. And I feel like my father was very immature and he loved all the attention he was having. And he was like, lady parts are over there. You can stay with your mother. I don't ever want to do that to my daughter. Like, I want to go chase men. Never, ever, ever. I'd rather be home. It's safe in here. I'd rather be here. What's he called? You're doing the best, mama. I'm your #1 fan. Oh, Charles, you're so sweet. You know how I feel about certain things, but you're so sweet. I appreciate you. Stay safe. Stay safe, black man. Okay, let's focus on focus. Let's get to what we need to get to. Okay? Okay. Oh my gosh. I gotta share one more thing today, you guys. So me and my mom were chatting. We was chatting. Oh, I remember now. I remember why I even got on a tangent about that. So I was saying I start judging myself when it comes to Nani when like she starts cutting up in school because I'm like I'm doing it all on my own. And then I went into a tangent about why I do it on my own because it's like I rather focus on her than try to focus on someone else. I told you it will come back to me if it's important. So like when that was going on the other day, my mom, I was already tired, a lot of little things. And I was just like, man, mom, I gotta get married to somebody's son. She's like, no, you just need to stay focused on yourself. I'm like, but mom, like, it is. I said, I be lonely. I legit, I be lonely sometimes. Like, I'm not out here like, you know, on apps and shit, but I be like, this shit tough, you know? And she's just like, you're just tired, you're sleepy, like you don't need to be talking to nobody. I was like, mom, but kids are made for two parents. She's like, you can do it, you got this, I did it, you got this. I was like, man, I know you did it, but you was married at one point twice. You've been married twice at this point. I'm 31, I've never been married. Like I literally was like going down the line of all my problems. And she was just like, you're tired, go home. You're tired, go home. And I was like, man, you're just trying to not listen to me. Da, 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 da. And then, but the enemy be listening, bro. The enemy be listening. Because let me tell you why. Why did one of my cousins who I love her deeply. I love her deeply. But you know, take advice from the people whose lives you want to live. Okay? So she sent me a picture of some man. I said, question mark to the photo. I said, who is this? She's like, oh, that's my coworker. I'm trying to play matchmaker. I sent a ha, and we ain't never talk about it because what the fuck? And then I told my mom, she's like, see, I told you, the enemy, God hear you, and the devil hear you too. Be careful what you ask for, because if you was slow, you would have went for that shit, basically. And I was just like, damn, yep, gotta be patient. Gotta be patient, bro. Just gotta be patient. But like, yeah, that was my whole point when I said like my mom be getting on my nerves. But I love her deeply. And I get on her nerves because like I was irritating her when I was going on my little tangent. All the things. You know, that's life though. That's life. So in order to get out of our head and out of our thoughts and overthinking, I write that shit down in this little big black book. But inside this big black book is a mindset book, and inside that mindset book is another journal and a journal and all the things. So this helps me stay at peace, get my off, if you will. And if you want to join me, join me. Okay. So let's actually get into it. So we're gonna start off by reading our Winner's Creed. Listen, if you will. It's a Winner's Creed. KKK. So a Winner's Creed. If you think you are beaten, you are. If you think you dare not, you don't. If you like to win but think you can't, it's almost a cinch you won't. If you think you'll lose, you are lost. For out in the world, we find success begins with a person's faith. Okay? It's all in the state of mind. Life's battles don't always go to the stronger or the fastest hand. They go to the one who trusts in God and always thinks, I can. Anonymous author. Author unknown. It says author unknown. Doesn't even say anonymous. I love this poem, y'all. I really trust that I can do anything that I really want to achieve in this life. I really trust that. I really do. And I trust that God is holding my hand through it. Me and my mom were chatting today about my YouTube channel, because she was like actually in a position mentally where she like wanted to like learn about it and listen and just ask me questions a little bit. And so we were talking about it. I started crying because I was like, Mom, you know, just to give you a little backstory. I got two younger sisters, you know, and I used to be so close to them. And now that we're all older, we're all in different places in life, you know, and it's really tough. But one of the things that we all shared was like we all wanted to be YouTubers at one point. Like my baby sister made a pilot channel. She's a private pilot. She flies planes. She actually learned how to fly before she learned how to drive, which I think is super dope, right? She learned how to fly planes at 16, and now she's like 24, you know? So she made a pilot YouTube channel. And then I have a little sister who's a celebrity makeup artist, and she made a beauty YouTube channel. Unfortunately, you know, she's kicking it with Jesus now, but she made that channel. And then me, I made a massage therapy YouTube channel, and that since kind of like changed into something else. But like me and my mom were talking about it, and I was like, this is something that we all really wanted to do. And I'm so proud of myself to like even be able to be like, hey, Mommy, I have a monetized YouTube channel. Do you know how hard that is? Do you know how hard that is? I was like, she's like, I really don't. And so we started talking about it, and she was just like, she still doesn't really like understand the commitment it takes, because she's just like, does that mean you gotta post all the time? Like, she's like, the algorithm, da, da, da. I was like, honestly, Mom, I just go live, do the best I can. I do it when Shorty is sleeping because I don't want to take any more time from her. So I do it at night when she goes to bed, or I do it early in the morning before she wakes up. But it's something that I nurture every single day. I don't get hung up on the numbers. Numbers do matter to a point, but I just show up every single day for myself. And like, I'm like, Nia, yeah, my sisters would be really proud. Really proud. And then my mom was like, I was like, I wish she knew. And my mom's like, she's like, I heard her voice. My mom said she heard my sister's voice when I told her that. And when I was crying, she said she knows. She said she knows. And I was like, if she knows. And then I started crying more. But yeah, so I believe I can. I believe I got so many people who do believe in me, known and unknown. And I'm grateful for my chat. My chat is super dope because I wouldn't even be able to have a monetized channel without you guys. Gratitude, attitude. every single day in every single way. I appreciate y'all so much. Hi, Joshua. You said be more comment. Exactly. The kids need to come first. Okay, I'm going to stop. What you going to stop? Okay. All right, cool. You ready? Let's get into it. Time to read. I love reading, by the way. Even though I read like a fourth grader, I'm still gonna try. I'm still gonna do my best. So today is November. Fuck, my phone right there. But what's on the what date is it today? What date is it, chat? I know it's Sunday. But what date? It's November. Hold on, I'll figure it out because I know what's the last thing I read was about anger yesterday. November 24th. It's November 24th. Okay. I got my little readers. Okay. Like a little old lady when I grab these. I need some real glasses, y'all, because I think these are prescription. And I don't think I should be wearing them. Because I think these are I thought these were like zoom lenses. And I don't think they really are. I think these are literal prescription glasses. Okay. Is it mistreatment? Question mark. That's what it's starting with. Is it mistreatment? He who is slow to anger is better than the mighty. He who rules his own spirit than he who takes a city. Proverbs 16:32. I'm gonna read that one more time because I didn't understand it. Okay. It said, he who is slow to anger is better than the mighty. He who rules his own spirit than he who takes a city. Bets. Hot. Okay, come on. Okay. People who lack confidence often perceive they are being mistreated when in actuality that is not the case at all. I can remember feeling mistreated and angry when Dave did not agree with me about minor issues. His opinion, which he certainly was entitled to have, was merely different than mine. But I was so insecure, I felt rejected. As they say, I made mountains out of molehills. I would turn a minor incident into a tragedy because I was so touchy. When I did not get my way, I felt mistreated and became angry. When I was corrected in even a minor way, I responded with anger and felt I was being treated unfairly. The truth is, I was very angry because I was very insecure. My point is this: it is possible to believe that you are being treated unfairly when that is not the case at all. The way I process people's reactions to me was totally out of balance because of my past abuse. I could not correctly discern when I was genuinely being mistreated compared to when people were simply being honest with me about their own feelings. I don't even gotta really share nothing. I feel like that was self-explanatory. Did y'all understand that, chat? Put little books in the comments. Put a little book if you got that one. Okay. Lord, I need to be discerning. This is the prayer. Lord, I need to be discerning whenever I am processing people's reactions to me. Help me to be secure enough in your love to receive truth from others who are being honest with me. Amen. Lord, I need to be discerning whenever I am processing people's reactions to me. Help me to be secure enough in your love to receive truth from others who are being honest with me. Amen. Okay. We're going to read it one more time. Lord, I need to be discerning whenever I am processing people's reactions to me. Help me to be secure enough in your love to receive truth from others who are being honest with me. Amen. I would say I actually don't really have a hard time with people telling me when they don't like me or don't like something. I think it comes from years of being honestly rejected. I've like always felt rejected by a lot of people when I was younger, whether it be like female friends, guy friends, family. I always felt like I was always on this island by myself where I knew a lot of people on the boats, but like nobody really wanted to hang out with me on my island. You get what I'm saying? So I always felt like that. So as I gotten older, that actually turned into my benefit. So when people would share feedback or critiques, I always say there's a fine line though. There's criticism where you're trying to intentionally create a negative emotion in somebody, and critique where you're trying to create a positive emotion in somebody. It may be uncomfortable, but you're trying to like help that person grow. I'm always here for critiques. Help me grow. Like, I don't want to always stay the same. Life is about change, right? But then you have people who will go out their way to try to like tear you down. But I've learned to know the difference and to stay away from people who want to criticize. That's scary. That's scary when someone thinks that they are the judge of life. Stay away from people like that. So in simple terms, the person you're reading about always has to be right, and don't be. So in simple terms, the person you're reading about always has to be right, and don't like being told they're not always right. Absolutely. So this is a daily devotional written by Joyce Meyer. So Joyce Meyer, she's a New York Times bestseller, has 365 daily devotionals. I believe she's like a pastor or preacher or something. And she just goes based off of her own experiences for like the reflections of the scripture. But yeah, it sounds like she was very insecure. She did not like being told she was wrong. She had to be right. And I think when people feel like they have to be right, it is an insecurity, but like that person is like displaying like, I don't know, it's like they need to just be in control. I don't know what that's about. That's a weird thing. I've come across people who always had to be right. I just stay away from them. But also too, they deserve to be loved. They deserve to have someone come hold their hand, like, come here, honey, let me hold your hand when I tell you this. Shut the fuck up. You're wrong. And it's okay to be wrong. Why do you want to be right? That's actually a legit conversation I've had with family members before in the past about like healing certain relationships and stuff like that, where I've always been this way. When I got older, not when I was younger, because you know everyone goes through like their phases when they're kids and stuff. But something I actually have said before is like, so do you want to be right, or do you want to have like a relationship with this person? Because it's based off how passionate you are about being right. I don't see the two coexisting. Like, you want that person to feel wrong and be wrong, and then what? You know, you can't have both. You can't have your cake and eat it too. Also learned what that saying meant. When people used to say that to me all the time, I used to be like, what the fuck does that even mean? Why would you have cake and not eat it? But I get it now. And by the way, having your cake and eating it too, from what I've understand, is like, I can have cake and then I can eat it, but I can't have cake in my hand and eat it. Like, I can't. You want to look at it and say I have cake, or you want to eat the cake and said I had it. Like, you know, something like that. Something like that. I could be wrong, but I read it and I understood it once I finally looked it up and read it. But yeah. So I hope you're not that person. If you are, that's okay. Just ask somebody to hold your hand and like, hey, I'm open to correction. Point out to me when I'm doing the thing, because I'm really trying to fix that. I've noticed like I'm that person. Or come back here and be like, hey, Cece, I did this today. Was I tripping? And I would be like, yes, indeed, you were tripping. Get this together. Okay. We are reading The 7 Healthy Habits of Highly Effective People. Okay. Okay. Powerful lessons in personal change. We left off yesterday on like the visual, like, what do you see? I see a pretty lady. Apparently it's an old lady, but I see a pretty lady, and other people see different things. So let's read. We're on to page 37, still in chapter 1, Inside Out. The power of a paradigm shift. And we just read from section to section. Not too crazy. Don't want to overwhelm ourselves, because we still have to actually like do our journaling. My phone is on. Oh, I had a decent amount of charge. By the way, it's 10:10 p.m. where I am. What time is it where you are? Care to share? I'm happy to know where my chat is in the world right now. We're starting over our relationships here with the chat. Gratitude, attitude. Happy to be here. It is okay. I doubted myself for 5 days and then literally reset my whole entire like audience feed, and that's okay. Anyways, perhaps the most important insight to be gained from perception demonstration is in the area of paradigm shifting, what we might call the aha experience. When someone finally sees the composite picture in another way, the more bound a person is by the initial perception, the more powerful the aha experience is. It is as though the light were suddenly turned on inside. The term paradigm shift was introduced by Thomas Cone in his highly influential landmark books, The Structure of Scientific Revolution. Cone or Cone? I'm gonna say Cone. It's 5:10 p.m. in Hawaii. You're in Hawaii? Oh, that's so nice. Good for you. Good job. I'll let you know when I'm out there. I actually have Hawaiian in my Duolingo because it's something I want to learn. Because my sister will be flying out there sooner than we know, and I'm excited to watch her. I want to sit on the grass and watch her take off in planes and hold my nephew and like, look at there go your mommy go. Okay. Anyways, Kuhn shows how almost every significant breakthrough in the field of scientific endeavor is first a break with tradition, with old ways of thinking, with old paradigms. For Ptolemy, the great Egyptian astronomer, the Earth was the center of the universe, but Copernicus, what's his name? Copernicus. Copernicus. But for copper, we're gonna call him Copper. But Copper created a paradigm shift and great deal of resistance and persecution as well. By placing the sun at the center, suddenly everything took a different interpretation. The Newton model of physics was a clockwork paradigm, and it still is the basis of modern engineering, but it was partial and complete. The scientific world was revolutionized by the Einstein paradigm, the relativity paradigm, which had much higher predictive and explanatory. Y'all see I'm trying to read without my glasses though. I'm gonna get through this. And explanatory value. Until the germ theory was developed, a high percentage of the women and children died during childbirth, and no one could understand why. In military skirmishes, more men were dying from small wounds and diseases than from major trauma on, I'm assuming it says the battlefield, on the front lines. Close enough, I was up there. But as soon as the germ theory was developed, a whole new paradigm, a better, improved way of understanding what was happening made dramatic, significant medical improvement possible. The United States today is the fruit of a paradigm shift. I'm trying to like read this through. Sometimes my mind, I usually like to have a card. Let me see, do I got a card somewhere? It makes it easier for me to read line by line. We're gonna use this. We're gonna use our poem. And then see how I read when I got a little bookmarky. I actually do have a bookmark. Hold on. Is she blink though? No, the words are gonna distract me. We're gonna use this one though. Okay. Ooh, I'm hot, but it feels good. I can't be on camera what I'm gonna do next. Okay. The United States today is the fruit of the paradigm shift. The traditional concept of government for centuries have been monarchy, the divine right of kings. Then a different paradigm was developed, government of the people, by the people, and for the people. And the constitutional democracy was born, unleashing tremendous human energy and ingenuity in creating a standard of living, of freedom and liberty, of influence and hope unequaled in the history of the world. You see that? You see how now I'm like blazing through these pages? If you have issues with reading, hey, it's okay. Sometimes you just gotta find hacks, all right? Not all paradigm shifts are in a positive direction. As we have observed, the shift from character ethic to personality ethic has drawn us away from the very roots that nourish true success and happiness. But whether they shift us in a positive or negative directions, whether they are in instantaneous or developmental, paradigm shifts move us from one way of seeing the world to another, and those shifts create powerful change. Our paradigms, correct or incorrect, are the sources of our attitude and behaviors, and ultimately our relationships with others. I remember a mini paradigm shift I experienced one Sunday morning on a subway in New York. Okay, I'm gonna use my glasses now. I was trying to do it like a big girl. I just need to get actual glasses like a big girl. People were sitting quietly, some reading newspapers, some lost in thought, some resting with their eyes closed. It was calm, peaceful scene. Then suddenly a man and his children entered the subway car. The children were so loud and rambunctious that instantly the whole climate changed. The man sat down next to me and closed his eyes, apparently oblivious to the situation. The children were yelling back and forth, throwing things, even grabbing people's papers. It was very disturbing. And yet, the man sitting next to me did nothing. It was difficult not to feel irritated. I could not believe that he could be so insensitive as to let his children run wild. I bet it wasn't even his kids. Like that and do nothing about it, taking no responsibility at all. It was easy to see that everyone else on the subway felt irritated too. So finally, with what I felt was unusual patience and restraint, I turned to him and said, "Sir, your children are really disturbing a lot of people. I wonder if you couldn't control them a little more." I wonder if you couldn't control them a little more. That's how he said it. The man lifted his gaze as if to come to a consciousness of the situation for the first time and said softly, "Oh, you're right. I guess I should do something about it. We just came from the hospital where their mother died about an hour ago. I don't know what to think, and I guess they don't know how to handle it either." Can you imagine what I felt at that moment? Crazy, crazy. My paradigm shifted suddenly. I saw things differently, and because I saw differently, I thought differently, I felt differently, I behaved differently. My irritation vanished. I didn't have to worry about controlling my attitude or my behavior. My heart was filled with the man's pain. Feelings of sympathy and compassion flowed freely. "Your wife just died? Oh, I'm so sorry. Can you tell me about it? What can I do to help?" Everything changed in that instant. Gotta be mindful. You be out here judging folks. I learned, for me, when people start driving crazy on the road, I be making up a whole story in my mind. I'm like, damn, their wife is in labor. Damn, they gotta get home to their granny. Their granny might have fell down the stairs. Like that's the shit that I would be telling myself so I don't get frustrated when someone cuts me off on the road. Who am I? Who am I? Man, that friend just lost in a basketball game and they need him to for the 3-on-3. He on his way. I don't know. I don't know. Who am I to judge? It's none of my business. It's none of my business. Many people experience a similar fundamental shift in thinking when they face a life-threatening crisis and suddenly see their priorities in a different light, or when they suddenly step into a new role such as that of a husband or a wife, parent or grandparent, manager or leader. We could spend weeks, months, even years laboring with the personality ethic, trying to change our attitudes and behaviors, and not even begin to approach the phenomenon of change that occurs spontaneously when we see things differently. It becomes obvious that if we want to make a relatively minor changes in our lives, we can perhaps appropriately focus on our attitudes and behaviors. But if we want to make a significant quantum change, we need to work on our basic paradigms. In the words of Thoreau, for every thousand hacking at the levels of evil, for every thousand hacking at the leaves of evil, there is one striking at the root. We can only achieve quantum improvements in our lives as we quit hacking at the leaves of attitude and behavior and get to work on the root, the paradigms from which our attitudes and behaviors flow. Okay, y'all. that's where we're gonna leave it at 39, page 39. We just read a little bit more. Okay. All right, so let's get our handy dandy notebooks. Get a pen, get a piece of paper, type it, write it, think it, whatever. But this is our like mindful time where we're literally gonna shut up, me. I'm gonna stop talking, I'm gonna start chatting. I'm gonna find me my handy dandy pen. I like to write with a felt tip marker. I like my stuff to be in bold. And we're gonna go ahead and write down gratitude attitude, or you can script, or you can do whatever. But this is the time we're going to journal together, because a lot of times people are like, okay, I want to journal, but you don't even know when to do it or how to do it or how long to do it, and we're going to do it together. So we've been journaling together every day for about a week. But I've been journaling longer than that on my own, but I just thought it would be a dope way to spend time with each other and to end our streams on a positive note. So let's grab our handy dandy notebooks. See, this one's mine. Oops, all in mine. But this one's mine. That's my mindset. Okay, get into it. And we're gonna just write down what's important to us, okay? And it's nobody's business. You could write your name down 1,000 times. You could write down how do you want to have a better day tomorrow. Like, but just write it down, okay? And we got this. We're gonna write together, do it together, hang out. And then after this, we'll go to bed because it's 10:22 now, and tomorrow's Monday. Yeah, that one, let me see. part 2. If not, it's totally okay. Keep it going. I'm glad that you even started a good habit and that you decided to spend time with me to get it started. So here's that. What did you say? You said beautiful. I just want you to know you're my favorite. You're amazing. Drop W's in the chat for participating. I appreciate you, King, for being here. I appreciate you, Boom 808, for hanging out and getting to know me. I appreciate you surviving. Fillmore, Africa. I see the green. Green is like literally my favorite color, by the way. Chartreuse, I guess is what it's called. Somebody told me the favorite color I love is electric lime green. Makes me happy when I see it. But thank you so much for hanging out with me. I am tired. That's why we do all this stuff right now to like go to sleep. It's time to go to bed, you guys. Let's try to get this video. I have 3,000 subs. So let's at least try to get it to at least 30 likes, right? Or 100 likes. Let's get to 100 likes. Let's just get to 100 likes. One day, it's coming. 100 likes. Let's aim high. Let's not short ourselves. My name's Cimonealise. You can call me Cece. I'm gonna go to sleep. I'm gonna put my scarf on right now so I don't forget. Yeah, like if you like it. Share if you care. Subscribe if it's a vibe. If you're into the mind, body, and mommy type of things, I'm your girl. I'm here for it. I hope to see you again. Thank you for those who came back and decided to hang out with me. CICI, capital C's on me, please and thank you. And I appreciate you guys so much. I really do. Because I wouldn't have a channel without you guys hanging out. I mean, I would have a channel, but it wouldn't be the same, you know? So I appreciate y'all. I'm gonna retwist my locks before the big dinner. The big grand dinner. I told y'all my uncle a professional chef, right? We about and he want me to taste test some things. So we gonna get into it. I might record some stuff. But yeah, go to sleep. I am. Okay, I love you. Bye-bye. Okay, I love you. Good night.